Hey everyone, and welcome back on the channel. My name is Axe with Meta Endurance. In today's video, we have one of the most exciting video for 2025. The reason for that is that you really like the tier list videos of 2024. There's lots of new shoes in this one, and I'm just so excited to be ranking them. This is an important note. I'm ranking the shoes based on my feelings, my personal sensations, and the way I run. Maybe you feel differently, and let us know in the comments if that's the case. I'm actually looking forward to discovering how you rank the shoes. This video is sponsored by Top for Running. They're a great partner and they have zero interest in you picking one brand or one shoe over the other. They just want you to find the right one, and that's the reason why they're the sponsor of this tier list video for 2025. If you use code META, M-E-T-A, on their website, you're gonna get a discount, and that will help you save some money on a great shoe. Hopefully the one that will make you run faster or just have fun. Thanks a lot, Top for Running, and let's dive in. We've ranked the brands alphabetically, so if you're interested in one brand specifically, just jump to that section of the video. We're starting with Adidas and the Boston 13. The Boston 13 is a good shoe. The Boston is a good shoe. It has always been a good shoe. The Boston 13 is taking that Boston 12 to a next level. The foam technology is changing a bit. I have a struggle with the fit. I think the fit could have been even better. It's improved over the 12, but I think there's a gap in between the Adios Pro 4. The fit of the Adios Pro 4 is something I adore, and the Boston 13 just doesn't have that fit. It's a reliable, fantastic super trainer. You can actually take it even for slower paces, or even for your race. If you're looking for that first marathon, the Boston 13 can be the good shoe, but it's a B. Adidas Prime X3. The more the years are passing by, the less I understand, the Prime X franchise. I get it. Adidas wanted to have that illegal shoe back in 2020, and I really love the Prime X. We went to Prime X2, Prime X Strong, Prime X2, and now we have Prime X3. It became a beast. It's looking fantastic. It's looking very different. It's looking original. But I just don't get it, and it's a D. Adidas Evo SL. If you watched the review, if you know anything about the past 12 months in running, not just in my running, but in the running industry in general, you know the Evo SL is something different. €150 for a shoe that could simply be one of the best shoes ever. It's a God tier, and that's not even a question. ASICS Superblast 2. And you might be thinking, man, you already ranked the Superblast 2 last year. Did you forget about it? I did not. The reason why it's here is because I actually ran quite a bit in the Superblast 2 in between last year's video and this year's video. I think it used to be a God tier. It's an A, simply because the industry is shifting upwards, which is a good thing for everyone. And some of the shoes that didn't get an update, like the Superblast 2, are maybe moving slightly down, but an A is still a very good grade. ASICS Sonicblast. The Sonicblast is kind of a replacement of the Magic Speed series. We stopped at Magic Speed 4, and now we have the Sonicblast. I'm not saying that there's not going to be a Magic Speed 5, I have zero clue about it, but the Sonicblast is that, up-tempo shoe with a plate, the Astro plate it's called in the Sonicblast. It's not a bad shoe, but you need to break it in. You need to run 100K to get some better feelings in the shoe. I didn't get there, to be honest with you, and that's probably one of the reasons it's not getting the perfect scoring. It's a C for me. Brooks Hyperion Max 3. The Hyperion Max 3 is, without a doubt, one of the best super trainers on the market. The Hyperion Max 3, with everyone I know, has been a banger. People love it. That's it. It's a God tier shoe. Brooks Hyperion 3. Not Max, just the regular Hyperion 3. The Hyperion 3 is what we called in the past the Hyperion Tempo, if you remember back in 2019, 2020, which was a very fun shoe. It's upgraded with different foams, a perfect fit, as always with Brooks, and it's a fun shoe, but if you expect something like the Hyperion Max 3, meaning lots of cushion, lots of bounce, lots of forward propulsion, the Hyperion 3 is not that. It's much more ground feel, much more contact, much more of an old feel thing, which is not a bad thing, but it's not for everyone, and therefore it's a B. Diadora Frequenza 2, or in Italian, Frequenza 2. The Frequenza 2 is a shoe that will offer you a very mushy feeling. If you're looking for something like the OG Cloud Surfer or Cloud Surfer 7 with that Cloud Tech Face technology, very mushy, very, very bouncy, and something that will take softness to a whole different level, that's the shoe. For me, it's not really a thing, and therefore it's only a C. Diadora Atomo Star. The Atomo Star is a made in Italy shoe. We visited the factory. If you want to check it out, it's right here, upper right hand corner. It's a fun video where we understand how a shoe is built, assembled at least, in Italy at Diadora's factory. Beside that, which is a fun story, it's an expensive shoe, yes, but it's also a very good shoe to run in, and therefore it's an A. HOKA Mach 6. Just like with the Superblast 2, the reason for this shoe to still be here after last year's video is because I ran quite a bit in it. Whenever I have a session and I don't know which shoe to pick, I look at my shelves in my house, and that's already a good sign if the shoes are in my house, and I pick the Max 6. The Max 6 is a shoe that is doing everything for me, it's treating me well over the years, and I have so many mileage on this shoe. It's still resisting quite well, it lost a bit of zestiness, of that oomph feeling, but nevertheless, it's a great shoe and it's an A. Kiprun KD 900X.2. Sorry for that, it was hard to say, and I know Kiprun is changing the names of their shoes, which is going to help everyone, including ourselves, the reviewers. Now, the Kiprun KD 900X.2 was a huge surprise. I didn't see it coming. Kiprun has always been in between the great shoes and the very bad shoes, sometimes leaning with the very bad shoes and sometimes offering something a bit better. But at the end of the day, they were always stagnating in that mid-range of brands and of shoes in general. This one is a whole different story. They have ATPU as the midsole. It's a fantastic midsole compound. And if you're looking for the perfect super trainer, even cheaper than the Evo SL, with that Evo SL vibe, go for the KD 900X.2. They will change it, I promise. And for now, with that crazy name, it's a god tier. New Balance SC Trainer V3. This one is hard to rank, it's hard to understand. I like it, but at the same time, I don't like it. I had good runs in it, but at the same time, I didn't like everything about the good runs I had in it. It's a confusing shoe, but it's a B. New Balance Rebel V5. The Rebel is a franchise that grew on me over time. My favorite one was Rebel V4, which is not the case for everyone. People mostly loved the first and the second versions. For me, it was Rebel V4 with a huge caveat. The durability of this shoe, the way the foam ages, is really poor. Really, really poor. Now, the Rebel V5 isn't much different. The foam will not age perfectly well, and at the price point of this shoe, it's something to consider. But nevertheless, it's still a fun ride, a fun shoe, and it's a B. Nike Zoom Fly 6. The first one in this shoe was phenomenal. I had a completely different vision of what the Zoom Fly franchise was. Zoom Fly 6, much softer, the upper is very nice, but the way I run just doesn't match with this shoe. I had good runs in it, but every time I was feeling like the match in between the shoe and my gait cycle was not good. For me, it's a C. Nike Pegasus Premium. This is the top of the line of the Pegasus franchise. Sadly, it's more of a lifestyle shoe. It's more of a shoe that you will wear as a sneaker compared to what the Vomero Premium is, and we're getting there here in a second. You get ZoomX, you get Air Zoom technology, which in theory is the same as on the Vomero Premium, but the Peg Premium is not a good shoe to run in, and it's an E. Nike Vomero Premium. This is a completely different story. Same compounds, but completely different geometry. This is the anti-gravity shoe that was designed with Conor Mans and Faith Kipyegon for their efforts, for their work, for their training sessions, so that they can run more without being injured. The shoe looks crazy. The price point isn't easy to swallow, but trust me, if you want to have a fun shoe in your rotation, but you need to have a rotation. This cannot be your only shoe. If you want to have that, shoe that can pretty much do it all with a limitation at very fast paces, and that's why it's might be not very fair to put it in the super trainer category, but at the same time I feel like it's a super trainer. Confusing, I know. You should go for the Vomero Premium. Long story short, I love it, but it's not a god tier simply because of the limitations. It's an A. On Cloudboom Zone. The On Cloudboom Zone, also called the 99 if you remember the story, is a shoe that will look a bit like a track shoe or an interval day shoe. It could almost be in a separate category with the likes of the Adios 9 and so on. But because it has a bit more stack height, a bit more protection, you can also call it a super trainer. It's not a bad shoe, it's not a great shoe. I just don't know what to think of it, and it's a C. PUMA Deviate 3. Just like for the Max 6 and the Superblast 2, the Deviate is here just like it was last year because I used it. And I have no shame in saying when I used the shoe, when I liked the shoe, I liked it. It didn't grow on me, it didn't disappoint me. It's a B, but it's a very solid B that I will reach out for anytime I want to have a bit of a more serious feel in a shoe, something that will still be very responsive, and the geometry with that rocker, it just works for me. PUMA Magmax. Is it a super trainer? Is it a daily trainer? It's hard to say. I used it mostly for long runs. I think the Magmax is one of the perfect long run shoe for me, the way I like to approach my long runs. I really like it. I do really like it. However, because of the limitations of it not being a perfect super trainer, and because of maybe the weight as well, which is alright, but not maybe as low as some other super trainers here, it's a B. Saucony Endorphin Speed 5. For some reason, the Endorphin Speed series never grew on me. I think it's because it's a bit too narrow for me, not the fit, but the platform. I don't get the stability or the feel I'm looking for in a shoe with this one. It's a C. Saucony Endorphin Trainer. There's such a difference between the excitement I had at Thierry when I discovered the Endorphin trainer and how it felt when I ran in it. There's nothing wrong with the way it runs, but it's a D. Tracksmith Eliot Racer. And yes, it says racer in it, but it's not a racer. I also thought it would be a fantastic shoe when I first put it on. ATPU, PBA, you have everything in it, the perfect recipe. But it feels dull, it feels dead, it feels like there's not much happening, and it's an E. And that's it for the Super Trainer 2025 tier list video. If you disagree with me, which is absolutely fine, let me know in the comments why and where you would put a shoe that I ranked differently than you would. Most importantly, thank you for watching. If you want to save a bit of money on topforrunning.com, use code META, META. And again, thank you so much Top for Running for sponsoring this video. They're a great partner and I really wish you to find the perfect shoe for you based on this video or based on other reviews on Top for Running with code META. Thanks for watching, enjoy your run today, enjoy your ride, go beyond your limits. Check out the 2025 tier list video right here, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye bye.